What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Man, we're gonna get this set up. My first live, man. See how it's crack-a-lacking here. You know, we're gonna jump right into it. I ain't really tweeted out or nothing. Of course, I got Adam calling me right now. As soon as I go on live, you're gonna call me on FaceTime. Let me just tell him real quick I jumped on live. Oh, he off there now. Anyways, man, we're gonna get right into it. Tell some people in the Discord real quick. It's my banger, I know, playing in the background right here. We're gonna let it bump, man. We're doing a party, but we're gonna have some fun in our live stream. We're gonna have some fun, man. This ain't gonna be no boring ass live stream like everybody else does. We're gonna get into some trading. We're gonna talk about how to really make money in the markets. Let me go ahead and tell this chat here, my private Discord. Shout out to everybody in the private Discord. I don't even know how to share this stuff out, man. It's all right, we're gonna get it lit. Some people are gonna have to watch it on the replay. I don't like to waste a lot of time, so I really want to get it in here, show you guys how to make these gains. Getting warmed up. Okay. See if I can share this out. Alright, see how I look on Twitter real quick. In the studio. Got bangers in the meantime. Man, even Twitter don't want to work for me now. Come on. All right. Live now on YouTube. All right. Oh, we got the Blockchain Cowboys in the house. What's poppin', Blockchain Cowboy? All right, we just posted on Twitter, man. We're about to get it popping. People have to catch the replay. It's all good. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. We getting it lit. All right, the song you hear in the background is instrumental to the song I Know. One of the songs they played on CNBC. One of my songs. We're gonna move on to the next one here. Let's get it popping, man. All right. This is gonna be lit. Let's do it, man. All right, what's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give y'all an introduction to who I am, what I've been doing. Obviously, a lot of people know I'm a recording artist, but I've been trading for a long time too, man. About 5 years in the game. And this is my first live stream. You know, I wrote some notes down just so we can get right to it, nice and concise. Let you know who I am, what experience I have, and why I can lead you to the money, just like my song says. So let's get it popping here. Okay, first off, I want to tell you why I'm compelled to do this. I got 5 years experience. I've been trading. I have a wealth of knowledge in my brain, and I just have to get it out. I burst into the scene in 2021 with my music video SPAC Dream, which is about trading a certain segment of the stock market. And I popped off, got on CNBC, Wall Street Journal, amongst other places, big news publications, that kind of stuff. But now my passion really isn't just to teach you how to make gains. It's primarily to keep you from getting wrecked. And I don't want my people to get wrecked, but I do want you to have an opportunity to participate. So this live stream, here's some of the things we're going to go over. My general understanding how markets work, what makes me unique as a trader, my perspectives, how to take my 5 years of experience and simplify it so even a new person can get it rolling ASAP. We're going to dive into the charts. I'm going to show you my scalping strategy. I'm going to show you exactly how the rubber meets the road so you can consistently make gains over time. We're going to answer questions. And, I'm going to show you how to join my private Discord group, which is free for the first 50 people. You get 1 year free. Oh, and as I mentioned before, I'm a recording artist, so we're going to have some music playing this whole time. And a lot of my songs about trading and investing. So buckle up. Let's get right into it. So for the starters, I'm going to just keep it real with you. The markets are designed to let the rich get richer. All right? I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. It's what it is. I know it to be true. Now, the good news is we have the ability to participate, especially nowadays with all the technology. And we didn't invent the financial system. We can't change the financial system. We could just try to capitalize from it, or we're going to sit on the sidelines. Me, I decided to play the game. So if you're here watching this, you made the decision to opt in, all right? Now, we can look at this like Squid Games, but this is season 2, okay? And I'm the main character, the one on the cover who's not smiling this time, you feel me? My main goal is to protect you from getting wrecked. Now, I have a ton of experience trading stocks, crypto, and I can tell you that trading them is not much different than one another. Generally speaking, crypto gives you more volatility, which in my world means more opportunity. And people call it more risk, but that's only because it's not an apples to apples comparison. When you peel back the layers of all the ways that you can try to trade the stock market, it gets pretty wild, and even more wild than crypto, if you believe it or not. Now, for example, I'm the guy who made the song SPAC Dream. If you don't know what a SPAC is, that stands for Special Purposition Acquisition Corporation, okay? I'm not going to go into detail, but it's a small corner of the stock market where professional finance manipulators and arbitrage experts take advantage of loopholes in the financial system. There's hundreds of billions of dollars that flow through SPACs. There are countless niches and loopholes and things like this in the stock market. And if you take the time to find them all, learn them all, you can capitalize on them while they're popping. But good things come to an end usually once retail gets the opportunity to join. All right, we got another person on here, Andrew. What's popping, Andrew? All right, now crypto is basically, it's essentially a new frontier. You could call it like a parallel market. And not until recently have the lines really started to cross. Sure, there are lots of corners of crypto, and trust me, I've explored them all. A lot of them don't have directly to do with trading. Things like yield farming, play to earn gains, DeFi projects, staking, NFTs, launchpads, meme coins, AI agents, etc., etc. I've done them all. Now, this is what I can tell you. I started just regular old common stock trader. Then I got deep into options, then SPACs, then Bitcoin, then altcoins, and every other single thing under the sun with crypto. And all the roads led me right back here to regular old trading, okay? The only difference now is that I'm using leverage, which can seem risky at first, but once you learn how to use it appropriately, you will see how it can actually lower your risk on a dollar-for-dollar basis. And all that other weird stuff that has pitfalls, and they're weird pitfalls and things to worry about, you don't have to really worry about leverage because it's more straightforward. And it's mostly the same as spot trading. It's just got like increased bankroll. It's simplicity compared to all the other weird stuff in finance, which is why I find it comfortable here. But also, it's also why I feel like it's easier for me to teach it to people and to a new person especially, because it's not as complex as option spreads or finding a meme coin as soon as it launches and trying to avoid getting rugged. So if you're here with me, it's because we're going to make trading easy. That's my whole point. So shout out Matt. Shout out my man Matt. He posted this on Twitter this morning. He's in my private Discord group. And he posted a quote that I said kind of just in passing to somebody who was just commenting in there. And I wrote, finance can be as complicated as you want it to be, but making money in it can be as easy as you want it to be. Now, I wasn't trying to be profound, but it was just kind of in the middle of the paragraph. But I can see how when it's pulled out, it's actually kind of a powerful statement when it stands on its own. Now, you're going to get the benefit of my experience and also my successes and failures, experiencing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I know I'm prepared to break it down into the simplest form because, like, I've been through it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, we're here to make some damn money and avoid getting wrecked. So that's why I'm celebrating my first ever live stream like it's a major party. Let's get it popping. We're going to jump right into the charts. Okay, we got a couple guys here. We got Doug 6 a.m., Blockchain Cowboy. All right, let's get it popping. All right, so you guys, let me see here. I got to get up this. You know, I'm learning all the technical shit on the trading. On the streaming apps, right? All right, so here we go. I'm in Meld Studio right now. So this is Phemex. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, how's it sound right now? Let me see. I'm gonna make this bigger, so I'm not really gonna be able to see myself that much. Right now, I'm just looking at the charts. See, what I don't know is how the hell am I supposed to look at the chat while I'm in this? Let me just zoom it in the window. I want to keep the chat open to the side right here. All right. So this is meld. I can't even do nothing here except see what we're looking at. So let me go to the chart. Let me go to Phemex. All right, this is Phemex. We've got to open up Trading View. This is Trading View. I hope y'all can see what I'm looking at. Trading View, always this is how I do my setup. I got Trading View down here. I'm gonna switch this song one time. Oh, my song in real life. All right, check it out. All right, so we got Trading View down here, and up here is Phemex, right? Let me get out this screen here. All right. So what we're looking at here is the 1 hour chart on Phemex. And let me pull back up Trading View. And here's Trading View, okay? So now, the one thing I want to do, I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. The one thing I want to do here is we're going to jump right into my favorite trading strategy. So now, I've been trading for a long time, a lot of years. But really last year, I dove in deep. I got Market Cipher. That's Crypto Face's trading indicator. And that's what a lot of these things on here. But my job right now is I'm trying to make it simple for everybody, okay? I'm not trying to make this real complex. How the heck can I see? Smash the like button. Oh, yeah, appreciate that. Smash the like button if you're watching. I'm trying to keep y'all on the... Okay, here we go. I can put the chat over here. And now I can see this here. I see a lot of weird stuff going on in the... Hold on. Oh, it's because I'm not caught up. Are we looking at the charts yet? Okay, we're looking at the charts now. All right. Let me just focus on the charts. I don't know. I can't look at YouTube at the same time. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I want to go over my scalping strategy right now, okay? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And that's the whole point of this, is try to make this easy. All right. Now, obviously, I'm going to go back and watch this live stream. I'm going to do it better the next time. But I wanted to get my intro out the way so you know who I am and what I've been doing in the game. So this is the Bitcoin 1 hour chart. All right. Let's see if I can find you a prime example. What is this down here? This is Bitcoin here. All right. That was NVIDIA. So you can see where this is Trading View. We got Bitcoin over here and Bitcoin up here. Specifically, if you guys don't know, this is Phemex. I'm trading on Phemex. And this, you got to make sure that this is the perpetuals Phemex, which is what we're trading on. So we can trade in both directions. So obviously, this is the Phemex platform. This is Bitcoin here. This is just an account. I made a sub account. Just put $1,000 in there just to go ahead and do some sample trades. I don't like not being able to see meld at the same time. Let me see here. I guess you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here. Okay. Okay. So this is basically how the strategy works. All right. We're doing a strategy with the 1 hour chart and the 10-minute chart, okay? Now, the 10-minute chart is what we're actually trading off of, but the 1 hour chart is telling us what is the trend doing on a little bit longer time frame. Now, obviously, 1 hour is not, days or even 8 hours or anything like that, right? Now, what that means is, just to be clear, turn this music off for 1 second. What that means is, just to be clear, is that if you're on a 1 hour chart, every candle you see here is 1 hour. All right. Every candle you see is 1 hour. This is the 10-minute chart on Bitcoin. So we put this on the 1 hour too. So it matches up with Phemex. All right. So here's what we're looking at here, right? The last red dot I see on Market Cipher B, the last dot I see is a red dot. So what that means is, according to the 1 hour chart, we are bearish. Right? Momentum is going down. Now, we might be reversing right now, but this is what we're looking at in the moment. 1 hour red dot. On the 10-minute chart, which would mean I have a bearish bias on this trading strategy right now, because Market Cipher B is showing me the momentum going downward, okay? I'm not entering any trades just now because I'm going to get to when we want to enter it at the right time. Now, on the 10-minute chart, we have a green dot. So, we've been going down since this morning. Let's see, what time was that 1 hour dot? That was at 9 a.m. So, here we are at 5 my time. So, we're kind of going all day. These waves, you never know how long they're going to last, but it's been going for a while. You can tell they've been changing every so often here. What we're looking for is this. This would be too late to start the strategy. I want to start the strategy when we get the next green dot, and we'd be going long. Then we'd have a bullish bias at that point. And maybe we'll get one here, right? These long wicks are oftentimes a sign of somewhat of a reversal. So maybe we'll get one. Let's see what happens when this hour closes. But what happens is This dot will turn green. We're going to use right over here as a prime example from yesterday, okay, or Saturday. Once this dot turned green, then we switch over to the 10-minute chart. Let's see, Phemex. Let's get our 10-minute chart here. Really, Phemex, I'd be on the 1-minute chart, but let's just do it on the 10-minute. And over here on the 10-minute, we would want to enter in on the next green 10-minute dot. That's what that would mean. I hate going back testing to do it. I really like to do it live. What I would like to see happen, which could happen here, it may not happen for the rest of this hour, is that this dot is going to turn green just because I'm looking at this, if that was just a little dip. What happens is the shorter time frames always turn before the longer time frames. So when this dot will appear green, what's inevitably going to happen is you're going to see the next dot on the 10-minute be red. Why? Because you can't have a 1-hour green dot unless a 10-minute green dot has already happened. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to have the trend going down on a smaller time frame and then all of a sudden the larger time frame is going to be green. It doesn't work that way. So what's going to happen is it's going to be all the lower time frames are going to turn green first, and then eventually the 1-hour rollover, it will turn green and we'll be like, yay, we're bullish. So then we can zoom back in on the 10-minute. We don't want to enter yet. We still don't want to enter yet because this will probably be back up here. So when that turns red, then we wait and we watch. We're not going to go long while it's red because that means the trend is to the downside. But the moment it turns back green again, boom. Now we're going to enter because we've got the 1-hour green, and then here's the 1-hour would be green when that happens, and then the 10-minute green would mean now we're ready to go long again. That's when you enter your trade. And then you just ride it out until the 10-minute turns red. Now, I can show you when and how that worked. Let's see the last time that worked. Right? Well, hell, we could say if we were going short, we could be red right now. So let's say we would have entered right here, okay, on the 1 hour. Well, not right here. This would have been when we were first looking. This is actually a perfect example. We were first looking right here at 9 a.m. We would have been like, okay, we're red now. I need to wait for the next red dot. So let's see where 9 a.m. is. 9 a.m. is right here. So yeah, so this is why we wouldn't have entered there, because boom, we got caught a green candle right in our faces right here, right? But then when the next dot came, red, we could have entered here. Now you'd be like, oh, well, shit, we were going sideways. Well, we would have got out right here. We would have been about broke even. Okay, fine. But we wouldn't have lost money, y'all. And this is why I keep talking about not getting wrecked. So then we would have waited. Boom, we would have seen the red. We would have entered here. Now we would have lost here. We would have got out here, right here in this 10-minute. And we would have been more or less break even. But then we would have got in on this red. Price would have dropped. And boom, we would have taken profit right here as soon as that dot turned green. Would have been up a little bit. We'd probably still kind of be break even. Boom, we'd short right here on this red. We would get out here on this one. On this one here. We'd be up a little bit. We'd get in on this red. And then boom, we would get out here. And now look, if this was a net equal, we would be net positive on this trade here. We would have got out. We would be green right now. And we would be like, you know, that was a successful day trading. And what happens is you have small wins, small losses, small wins, small losses. You're going to feel like you're getting eaten by fees while it's going choppy sideways. But then what's going to happen is you're going to catch the big move. Why? Because you've been trading with the trend. And then eventually you're going to hit that big winner and you can cash out. I swear to God, that's all you need to be rich for the rest of your life. That's it. You just have to be green more than you're red. And then it's a matter of bankroll management and bankroll sizing. The reason why I like this strategy so much is because the discipline causes you to cut losses. You don't take chances. As soon as the momentum goes against you, you're out. And as soon as, you know, and that could be before you lose a lot of money or after you gain a lot of money, you lock in the profits and you could jump back in that trade also. All right, we got on here. We got somebody. What's good, y'all? All right. So that is the basic premise of it. Now, it obviously gets more in depth than that because honestly, I wouldn't want to trade it on a ticker like this, okay? So one of the things I'm going to be doing in my private group is pointing out what tickers are good to execute this strategy for today, right? We're going to be looking, I'm going to be looking and finding them for you. Now, if you see here on my list, I got a long list of tickers I look at every day on TradingView, okay? I got a long list of them. In all honesty, Bitcoin is the one that gives me the least volatility. I like trading the shit coins and the meme coins and the altcoins and stuff because they give you more volatility. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going through them and just kind of going down the list. Like, okay, here's AVAX. You know, not a lot of volatility. Saturday was the day that we really wanted some volatility. Okay, we're getting a little bit here though. Let me get you on the 1 hour. See all this? Sometimes it's better just to not trade. Just stay away from that on a short-term trade. Or you got to be zoomed all the way in. Like really, when I'm actually doing the trading, we would be on the 1 minute chart in the actual trading account. So in Phemex, we'd be on the 1 minute chart. All right. We've got Tau had some volatility. You could see better on the 1 minute chart how you can make gains quickly. These are all 1 minute candles either. But like, you know, if you enter a trade here like 20 grand and then you come down here, you're going to make a lot of money. But it's always the percentage. So it's relative to whatever it is you are trading with. Another platform that I like to trade on is Breakout Prop. Actually, let me show you guys that one real quick. Let's see, Meld Studio up here. Let's see if Breakout pulls up. This one. Here's Breakout Prop. And so similar idea where I'm on the 1 minute chart. This one you get 100 grand to trade with. If you buy an evaluation for $800, I also have a discount code. So anybody wants to trade on Breakout Prop, you can use this discount code. Oh, but for Phemex also, you need Phemex. You'll use this as my invite code because you get bonuses, but also you need this to join my private group for free. So let's just talk about that real quick. Anybody who wants to join my private group for free, all you got to do is sign up for Phemex with my referral code. This is my invitation code here. And then what you're going to do is put in your UID into, there's going to be a thing in there in my Discord. And I'll put the Discord link in the description of this video. And that's how you're going to get into my 1 year for free into my Discord. First 50 people, okay? We just getting started. Got a few people in there. And, it's a good community of folks. You're going to interact with them. But I'm going to be dropping alpha in there as far as going through and finding the tickers for you that I think are going to be good to do the scalping strategy and or whatever other strategy. Now, I posted a play I have open right now, which is a Bitcoin trade. And I want to show that because it's a swing trade. And I don't always do swing trades because I'm an opportunist. I like to wait. I don't want to force a swing trade. And I said I would go over that in today's stream. So I want to do that because I called it out earlier on Twitter. You guys should follow me on Twitter at Cassius Cuvée if you're not already following me there, and interact with me on there because and I always like to respond to everybody too. I'm not one of those people who don't engage with people who engage with them. But I did go over how I knew to enter this trade. Let me see here. Okay, so yeah, this is where I got in on Phemex. I don't know, I'm up like 700% or something right now, okay? And I got in right here, and you're like, damn, how you get that entry? Well, I was looking at Market Cipher. Let me go. Let me get on the 8-hour chart. So it's a little bit longer time frame, right? To me, this 8-hour time frame, especially on a deep wave on the 8-hour, is a really good time frame to watch when you're looking at some type of a reversal. Okay, you can kind of see it happen here. This one's a little bit trickier. But this is the one I entered right down here. And, you're seeing these epic waterfalls, and at some point enough's enough. And, it's like pushing the buoy down. I can't remember who said this first, if it was Crypto Face or if it was Jason Casper, who I heard it first. But you push that buoy down, and it's going to shoot right back up. So what I did is I entered this on Phemex, and, of course, I was zoomed in when we got there. Now, the 8-hour, if you can see, this dot didn't appear till here. But what happens is you're cheating ahead a little bit, right? You're like, okay, we're looking at these big old dips right here, 4-hour, 3-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, and you start to wonder, like, okay, when is enough, right? When is the bottom? When are we actually going to hit the bottom? And you're looking at dots like this, not quite deep enough, hit you one more. Here, you could have caught that bottom, could have went up. Maybe you went back down again. Maybe you even got stopped out. I don't think I got stopped out on this one. I was really looking for a flush. Sentiment was very negative at that time period. And I wanted to catch what I thought was really going to be the bottom. So I was just watching it all the way down here. And again, when you're in real time, you're watching it, you're watching it on a 1-hour chart. You're watching it really zoomed in. Let me see if I can zoom in on this right here. Yeah. So, in real time, it looks like it's a hell of a lot more catastrophic. But if you notice, I didn't catch the very bottom, right? Why? Because I was waiting for a confirmation of the reversal. And I cannot remember off the top of my head if I entered on this candle or this candle, to be honest with you. It may have been, what time was this? 1800. This was noon. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head if it was this one or this one, but I caught it on the way back up. Why? Because the trend is your friend, and you really want to trade with the trend in general, because otherwise you never know when it's going to reverse. So I've had a lot of experience in my past. You're trying to call tops and bottoms, and you end up being too early. Let's see what's happening. I think I actually shorted that. Saw the reversal and switched long. Short. And here's the thing too, by the way, right? We're not always right, but if you have a tight stop loss or you're ready to recognize when you're wrong, it's okay. And that's the thing. I'd rather cut my losses early than go down with a sinking ship. And this is, I'm not going to stop stressing this. Bankroll management is the most important thing. And I know at the beginning, I wanted to talk about this because I talk about how my philosophy is a little bit different than others, or how it different than others is that I rely heavily on the momentum waves. I've always known that trading was about momentum pretty much ever since the beginning, okay? This shit is weird. Like, billions of dollars and all the world's money is running through the stock market, and they chase trends like it's high schoolers or something, bro, like in junior high. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And once I really got my arms around Twitter and shit, I was like, oh, okay, I see what the hell is going on here, okay? And then, of course, with crypto, they're really pumping in shit on Twitter, and I'm like, this has nothing to do with fundamentals. I'm through. Watch CNBC every single day, and people come on telling me about fundamentals, but then at the same time, they tell me about momentum and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, the only reason stocks or crypto go up is because people buy them, and the only reason they go down is because people sell them. I really don't want to hear nothing else. It's that simple. And people who try to overcomplicate it and say earnings or say this and that and the news and blah, 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 all that other stuff that is quote-unquote fundamentals is just part of the story that people are using to develop a sentiment to determine if they want to buy or sell. But that actual mechanics, when the rubber meets the road, the thing that makes stocks go up and down is when people buy them or sell them. That's how it works, okay? So, that being said, momentum is what matters. And that's what these blue waves give you down here, the direction. So, what I'm not want to say call it controversial here, but like, I watch a lot of TA from a lot of people, a lot of them are my friends, so I'm not naming no names here, okay? But most people I see do TA do it up here in the price chart, right? They're drawing these lines and shit. And sure, I got lines. I'll zoom out and show you guys. Yeah, I got lines and shit too. I got lines up the ass, right? Look at all these freaking lines, right? Boy, I'm a genius the more lines I draw, right? That shit's 80% bullshit. It's 20%. 80% is down here. I promise you this. I promise you this. I don't give a damn what targets you put on the price chart if you pointing in the wrong direction, okay? The thing that makes them a successful trader, and this is the part that I got to make it clear to you guys, it don't matter what strategy you use as long as you have prudent bankroll management. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You got to know when to cut your losses. And that's why when you see people draw these things here, this is very important. Oh, that's Fibonacci, my bad. I don't care if it's Fibonacci or what. None of that shit matters if it's going against the momentum waves. That I can promise you, right? And we're looking at a nice momentum up here. This is the daily on Bitcoin. Nice momentum up. But you see people draw these things, right? These are great. I don't really use them just because it's annoying to me to have to fight with them like I'm trying to do right now. But I understand them. What it is, and I don't recommend not using them. And let me take one step back. You have to learn the rules of trading before you can break the rules of trading. So I do want to teach you guys some of the basic stuff that everybody talks about. So that way you kind of know when I'm cutting a corner or veering or cheating ahead. Like we need to know that I don't want to cut straight to the cheat because otherwise you're not going to know what you're missing. These are great, okay? Because here they even show you the risk versus reward, how high you're looking to buy and all that kind of stuff. And people use lots of different metrics to determine price levels. And I could go over, man, we got Bollinger Bands, we got resistance and support and trend lines and VWAPs and, man, it moving averages, EMAs, SMAs. Bro, I could go down the list. Go watch someone else to learn that shit. There's way better content creators than me who will explain all that shit. But what I'm going to do is keep it 1,000 with you and tell you that none of that shit matters if this don't align down here. This is the direction. It doesn't tell you how far it's going to go, but it tells you to go long or short. Without this, up here, you're flying blind. Now, here's the best part. You still got a 50-50 chance of being right. So, the reason why this is cool, because this is on a fundamental basis, this is saying I am okay If I entered, you would be, where you would put it is you would enter on this, or you'd set your limit buy or whatever on this white line here. The red is how much you're willing to go negative. Once it drops below that, that's when your stop loss kicks in and you cut your losses. The green is what you think is going to happen, and then when it gets to the top of the green, that means you have your take profit set and you would take your profit. That's basically the basic premise of how this thing works, this widget. But how do you know where to put these things? How do you know? Well, you ask 10 traders, they give you 10 different answers. Well, my support and resistance, I see right here, we got this over the EMA, whatever. Now, I'm going to set that aside again because we can argue over how you know. For me, I use Market Cipher B still. I get out when the momentum stops, and I just take my money. I'm one of those people who takes what the market gives you. That's the kind of trading style I do. Okay, I'm an oscillator trader. This is the oscillator down here. This is the price chart. But what this thing does for you, it tells you a percentage. And this is what I was talking about, bankroll management. This shows you, so right now it's 5.3 to 1. So let's say we're not being greedy. Let's say we went to here because we're looking at this, right? This is, to me, this could be a line of support and resistance would be about right here. We'll call it, right? And then we're going to say, okay, we got the momentum going in our direction. I'm willing to enter here. Let me go like this. If price retraces down to here, I'm ready to enter, and then I think we're going to continue higher, and my take profit is at the top of this. Before we hit this resistance, I want to get my money, right? The reason this would be cool is because this widget shows you that this is a 4.37 risk to reward. So I'm willing to lose 1 unit or gain 4.3 units. That's a pretty good trade. That means if I did this a dozen times, I was wrong more than, like, half the time, I'm rich forever. I'm making money forever. If anything higher than 1 to 1 were to regularly hit, you're going to make money. So that's why when people do all of their trading strategies and they doing this and that and all kind of different shit, but they still in the game, even though I've been watching them for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and they wrong like a motherfucker. It's because they got prudent bankroll management built into their strategy. They're cutting their losses when they're, what they call it is, my theory was invalidated, or whatever they want to, whatever fancy word they want to use to say they was fucking wrong and they TA sucked. Okay? It was the bankroll management, though, saved they ass. So I don't give a damn if I'm giving you a strategy or someone else giving you a strategy. You got to know when to cut your losses, and you want to know that before you enter the trade. You want to have your exit strategy before you enter. An exit might be when to cut your losses or when to take your profit. That's one of the things when I say you want to learn the rules of trading before you can break the rules of trading. Because we can argue all day over strategy, but none of that shit matters if you're going to go down with a sinking ship and all of a sudden this turns into this, which turns into this. And let me tell you something. We all been there before. Well, okay, it's got to bounce. Let me just average down right here. Boy, ain't nothing got to bounce. This shit could keep going down. All of a sudden it's a bear market. And you'd be scratching your head like, now what do? I'm down half my whole bankroll. Fuck that. My point is you cut your losses as soon as this momentum goes against you. Let's see what the chat's talking about. I got a lot of 100s. Right on. I got a lot of 100s. So, hey, shout out to a guy, All Set. I don't know how you pronounce that. Idema, All Set, Blockchain Cowboy, my homeboy there. All of this stuff is about trying to protect your losses. And that's what I keep saying. Because if you lose all your money, you're out the game. Another rule of thumb, which I really do like, especially for new traders, is that you never risk more than 1 to 2%. We'll call it 1%. 1% of your bankroll when you start to open a trade. So if wherever this was on that red spot on your trade, let me get on there. If you cut your losses here, come on. This is why I don't like using this damn thing. It's like a pain in the ass. Like, I know what I want to do. I don't need this widget to tell me. Wherever you want to cut your losses at, this red, this would be 1% of your trade, 1% of your bankroll. So right now I got $1,000. 1% would only be $10. I'm only willing to risk $10 on this trade. I don't trade the daily, but we'll say the 8 hour, right? I'm not trying to risk more than that. Let me go back. It's getting kind of hard. I wonder if I should set up my other monitor how I want to do this, because it's kind of annoying to try to look at Meld and then also look at the chat. It's blocking the screen kind of. I'm going to have to figure out. See, when I was testing it out, I couldn't test out YouTube while I had all these other windows open. I couldn't see the chat. Let me get this popping. Okay. Let's see. I'm back. Rewinding. I'll catch up. Okay, right on. So Here's the thing, okay? And if you guys have any questions, too, leave them in the chat. Also, in the private Discord, I'm going to be answering more questions. I don't want to spend all day on here. Part of this is just checking it out technically. I appreciate everybody who joined, by the way, just for supporting me and helping me test this out. Again, free to join the Discord. All I ask is that you use my Phemex referral code to sign up. Is that showing on the damn screen? Yeah, right here. GMMNX5. Use that invitation code to sign up, and then that way you get 1 year free. It's, who knows? After the year, I'll probably let you renew again for free for all my old timers. You feel me? But the point is just I got to get you in the system and then automatically let you into the Discord after that. But here we go. Let me open this Phemex a little bit better. So, okay, what are we on here? These damn windows. So, let's go back to the 1 hour chart. This is not going to be a Phemex tutorial today. We will go over that. People have questions, anything like that. Again, any questions, leave them in the Discord, just in the general chat, or even here around Come Back, or in the comments of this video. Now, the main thing is, though, is bankroll management, because if you don't cut your losses at that 1%, you might be out of the game. But if you only lose 1 or 2%, you'll be back on the next trade. Now, one thing I like to do is trade fast and often, because then you can see if what your plan is working sooner or later. Like, you don't got to wait a week to find out if you were invalidated or if you were right or wrong. Plus, the more time that goes by, the more time you just get unlucky with some weirdo fucking news event or some weird shit happens. In crypto, you ain't no telling. So that's why I like day trading and scalping, because I'm in and out quick. And this, I find it to be more accurate on your TA. I mean, first of all, let me just say this, okay? Warren Buffett is full of shit when he tells you the best way to trade is to buy and hold. Mathematically, that's a lie, okay? Let me explain something to you real quick. Mathematically, he's got $100 billion or whatever. Let's just call it $1 billion. If he makes 10% return a year on his $1 billion and all you got is $1 million and you make 10% just like him, you will never catch up to him. Mathematically, he is running away, blowing you out of the water. I hear so many of these things where they talk about like these, soliloquies and stuff about, trading is, this and that. You should buy and hold and do it like Warren Buffett and all this kind of shit. I'm like, you ain't Warren Buffett. You are you. If you ever talk to a real accountant, they tell you everybody's taxes are as unique as your own fingerprint, right? Because you'd be like, oh, just do it for me. But you can't do that. You are ultimately going to have to find a trading strategy that works for you. Now, that's what I like to specialize in, is working with people. I do one-on-ones and stuff like that. But I want to specialize in finding out I don't know if you got to pick up kids from school. If you got a job, you got to work a 9 to 5, or you could block out 4 hours a day to go ahead and scalp. Everybody has got a different circumstance. So there's a million different ways to trade. It's unlimited. However you want to work. You got to figure out the way that works for you. For me, I landed on scalping. I mean, I do this full time and I don't have kids. I look after my step pops and stuff like that. He's elderly. But so I was a little more flexible to dedicate my time to learning. I was staring at charts 16 hours a day, learning this shit and how does Market Cipher work and, what is it really, how does it behave in real time? It's really hard to go back. I know people say, we back tested this and that kind of shit. Okay, let me know how that works out for you. But it ain't nothing like watching it in real time. So, man, I'm telling you, I was just standing there staring at it all day because okay, these are my time frames. I'm going up and down all the time frames. Now, my strategy revolves around the 1 hour and the 10 minute, but that doesn't mean you just only look at the 1 hour and the 10 minute. I should have said that from the outset. These are what I've got on my trading view. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 12 minute, 15, 20, 24, 30, 45, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, daily, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, weekly, 2 week, monthly. And I'll show you exactly why. This is one thing I love about these momentum waves. I'm telling you, once I discovered these, it was like game over because I knew everything ran off momentum already. But now I had a very precise way of measuring it. That shit was a game changer. Okay, so now let's just start at the 10 minute, right? You start to notice, okay, you see it kind of comes down. What's the 12 minute doing? Pretty much the same as the 10 minute. What's the 15 minute? Okay, it's same thing. You start noticing. Just like waves in the ocean, the smaller waves roll up into the bigger waves, okay? Well, now it's still the same. When you go through just these little time frame differences, you start noticing the pattern starts getting a little bit thicker, but still coming down. Okay, well, it takes longer for the 1 hour to come down. So now the 1 hour is coming down. What's the 2 hour doing? 2 hours starting to roll over. What's the 3 hour doing? Starting to roll over. We got a red dot on 3 hour. Do we have a red dot on the 4 yet? We have a red dot on the 4 hour. Boy, I'm getting kind of bearish now. 5 hour, red dot on the 5 hour. 6 hour, right there just on the 6 hour. But does the 8 hour have one? Not yet. So now I'm looking like, okay, This is a pretty deep 8-hour. By the way, I like to mark the 75 lines here because this is a deep wave. Look, on the 8-hour, we don't see that very often. Last time we saw a deep wave on this 8-hour, boy, January 18th. That is a pretty big 8-hour wave. That's not a good sign if you're long. It's really not. Let me get rid of this. We should do that in the other direction. Shit, that should be short. That should be more like, where the hell did it go? I don't have much screen here because I'm trying to show both at the same time. Like I said, I don't really, oh, here it is. So this is the same thing as before, but it's reversed. So you might be like, well, shit. Like, how bearish am I right now, you know? Like, you know, are we invalidated? Well, we don't have an 8-hour rolling over yet, but boy, let me tell you something. Now that I look at this, I hadn't looked at this before. You know, we're looking at a potentially pretty big reversal here. It doesn't necessarily mean the biggest move, but it's like, it's the opposite. In this case, it's short, where that ball that's going held underwater, you're going to get the spring back to the other direction. And this is how I'm able to get those big 500-600% moves, because I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the extreme. I'm waiting on that long wick. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on it. Because what happens is, this is what happens. We'll get an 8-hour red dot, right? Let's say it happens in the next 8 hours, right? If this continues down or something like that, right? Let's say that happens. But it ain't straight down from there. You get what I'm saying? You're going to get a little bit of a retracement. And then that's when you're moving back into these numbers here. Now we're back into here, and we're like, oh, okay. So this might come down. Let's get the little pencil here or whatever the hell. Where the hell is my pencil? I feel like it's at the top. How's my pencil? Well, actually, the arrow's probably better. Let's say we get a little down like this, but then it might do a little retracement back like this, where you're going to see this line kind of come back up again, and that's where you enter your short if you still think, based upon everything else, that, you know, we're still looking bearish. But in order to get that 50x leverage or something like that, you're gonna zoom in. You're gonna want to zoom all the way in, and then you're gonna figure it out. And again, this is the other reason why I don't use these, is because, like, you're kind of setting them pretty early. It depends on your time frame. I like to zoom all the way in, so in real time, I'm waiting for that scam wick. I'm waiting for that big wick to come push us. I'm waiting for that big wick to come push us and to show me that this is gonna go like, whoo. And once that big ass wick, like, I'm gonna see one more of these come like this, I'll probably be going short. For like a swing trade, I'll probably be going short. That's what I'll be looking for. And then shit, something like this might actually be realistic. It might be, but here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I don't like setting that in. I do have an exit plan when I enter, but it's not based off the price chart. It's based off of Market Cipher B or these momentum waves. Okay, I'm gonna watch this go down, and when that shit look like a return, give me my money, or at least take profit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to necessarily take it all out. You might take half out. Now you got a moon bag. You're up 300, 400, 500%. Take the profit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's it. I don't want to go too long-winded here. When it comes to strategy, we can go on and on. I want to get a little bit better of a setup, so that way I'm not wondering what you guys are seeing or not. I'm trying to, this is not much room to work with here. When I'm scalping, I want it like this, right? So let me go back to breakout prop real quick. Let me see if I can go back to breakout prop. And breakout prop, I do a lot of scalping on breakout prop because, you know, I got a big fat bankroll, 100K to play with. I don't use the whole 100K. Depends on what ticker. This is another thing too. And this is why, again, in the private group, I'm going to start putting in the tickers that I'm seeing for today. I'm like, okay, these have a bias long right now. These have a bias short. Let me tell you something. In crypto, it's usually a bias short. Okay, let's see. And if it doesn't go down after said red dot, it's usually because of the momentum waves that keep strength. Look for them at Christmas trees. Okay, yeah. And also, what you're doing is, and this is why you go up and down on the different time frames. You don't just trust your one dot and it's like, but it was a red dot in 8 hour. Look, you got to zoom in. You're going to go back down the charts and see what's going on underneath the hood. Like, okay, because look, it looks like, oh, this 6 hour, we got a 6 hour red dot. We're going down. But all of a sudden, I'm zooming in on 10 minute. I'm already starting to see some upward movement. You know what I'm saying? I'm already starting. You know how I make this not move is you lock it. Let me just lock this damn thing. Lock it. Okay. So now, you know, I'm going to be watching this now that I've seen this. This is Bitcoin. Okay, so this is the other thing too, okay? I rarely trade Bitcoin. I usually trade the shit coins because I like the volatility, right? And this comes back to what I was saying at the beginning too of leverage being your friend. Now, right? I only got $1,000 in there, say, right, on this in this sub account. I don't even need to use the whole $1,000. Leverage means, for people who are new to leverage, what it means is I could use $100 and do 10x leverage, and that means I'm trading with $1,000 worth of Bitcoin or $1,000 worth of whatever ticker I have. So this is on USDT because I like to calculate in real money. If you put it in the currency of the coin, it's like, what the fuck? You can't do the math really, right? It's a pain in the ass. So I always keep it on USDT, and then what you can do is you're putting it, if you do a $100 position, your money $100 times 10x would be $1,000 position. But now I'm prepared to cut my losses if it moves against me, say 10% or whatever it is, based upon whatever information you're looking at, or if it's just based upon my strategy, which is that, as soon as the dot goes against your favor. So what I'm looking for is a way to make money off of $1,000 trade, but only risk $100. So even if you get liquidated, that would suck, right? You would lose 10% of your bankroll, but still you didn't lose $1,000. You only lost 10%. It's basically the same as trading, regular spot trading, except for that you're not tempted to average down because you can't. You're going to get liquidated. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you can get liquidated on your position, and by the way, this is pro tip here. Don't have it on cross, okay? This is important. Cross means that it's using your whole bag. Your whole bag. It would use my whole $1,000. Isolated means it would just be the position I'm in. So like if I open up $100 worth of this, it would only, the worst I could lose is $100 of my whole entire position, which I wouldn't even want that. I would set my stop loss sooner than that. But that was the most you could lose. You'd still have 900, but like you fell asleep or your power went out or some shit. Like you can't lose more than what's there. Cross would mean your whole bag. Now, some people can use cross. Some people only trade one ticker, right? If you only trade Bitcoin, and again, that's commendable. You know your ticker. You know its behaviors. You know how it likes to move. A 10% move in Bitcoin is a lot, even for Bitcoin. It's not a lot in some of the shit coins I trade. So if you're only trading one ticker, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. If you go only doing one ticker at a time, one trade at a time. I do 2 or 3. I like to tell myself don't do more than 2. But basically, you don't want your whole bankroll to get wiped out on a glitch or an accident or the power goes out or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I have a laptop right here, to be honest with you. My laptop, so if the power goes out, this is a desktop. Power goes out, I can log in on my laptop as a backup. Okay, I got a backup plan to my backup plan to back up my backup plan. You feel me? And I think we might be wrapping it up here today. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who joined. We're going to get this party lit again. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Appreciate everybody who joined. Let's get it popping one time. Yeah. Remember to join my private group by using this this code right here, GMMNX5. And then what's going to happen is you use your UID to join the Discord and get verified. Any questions, leave them in the comments. When I get back, you want a little freestyle? Look. Spit it off the top and you know I had to come through and slow it down. Motherfuckers better know when I flow, when you know I'm about to go a whole nother round. Then we rhyme a bit, sometimes I spit, but I really wasn't warmed up for it. I don't give a fuck when I grab the mic, I see my comments, boy, and you know I can't ignore it. Look, let it do it on the breakdown, make sounds, look at how the cake go. Motherfuckers wanna come with a straight flow, do this shit strong with a halo. Look, keep it on the Bitcoin chain, man, cause I had to do my thing, don't gangbang. But I ride in the bass in the booth, and you know I'm the truth every time when I rhyme like proof. Next time I gotta do the fucking strategy where I pull out the trading style. Couldn't really see the charts that well, but you know next time I'ma get real wild. Look, wanna perform, come go down, then I blow up a storm. Everybody fucking know that I do the norm. You fuck around me, cause I'm going on. Look, shit. Next time I gotta have a stand-up dance for a freestyle, boy. We're gonna grab the mic like this and go hard. Hey, another thing too, man. Hey, I need to turn down the music for this, bro. Look, another thing too, man. This ain't gonna be no damn sausage fest. Your boy Cassius Cuvée got a lot of female friends, and I know you guys got some too. We gotta make sure we invite some ladies on this thing. I meant to say that at the beginning. Okay? We're gonna bring some ladies on this thing. You better believe it. For sure. Cassius Cuvée ain't only in the sausage fest, so we're gonna get the female traders. Anybody's looking to learn how to trade, anybody who's new, that's what we're gonna do it, man. We gotta do this for the ladies too. You feel me? Let's see. One more time for the one time. Oh, the Market Cipher. Hold on. I'm gonna spit this one for you. Can y'all hear this beat right here? Who knows this one right here? Your boy Cassius Cuvée and Crypto Face. Yeah. Look, let me spit Crypto Face part one time for one time. Look. Yeah. I love the adrenaline trades I'm winning, and my indicators say when it's starting to finish, I'm swing trade on more point than a pendulum 5 trade every day, 100K minimum. Come along for the ride. I've been giving you the guy with my brother on my side, green candles on the rise with a million on the side, but yeah, make it 5. Yeah, hit the green dot and take off like a slingshot. In the background, you can hear it in my beats hot. Cash came through with a brand new heat rock every single time, more shine than a peacock. Bitcoin pop now, ready for the treetop. If you think not that I'm living in a dream shot, I predicted this. You can check the X screenshot. Price going up. Bears been calling the top. Where fear go now with a peer low. Check my channel. I'm a Discord hero. Ice cold veins with a mass sub-zero. Why the milli? I'ma take it off and let my beer show, huh? Got it locked, but some want to trade like me and try to take my key, but they can't quite beat because of Crypto Face. No motherfucking KYC. That's a lot of rhymes on that part. I forgot. A lot of rhymes on his part. Woo! All right, let's do it. Let's hear it. Want to DJ on more than a weekend. I'm Cuvée enjoying Momo, diving into FOMO, living in the future like a 30-40 flow. If you couldn't believe it, brick and blip Momo. Ride a blue wave or go broke like a hobo. Be a big dog, not a small time guy. Like bonsai. Why? I'ma call my guy. Hit Crypto Face, get him on my side. When I seen Bitcoin hit an all time, when the bullets in the prime and it really is sublime. Every ticker gonna climb and the women gonna dime. I've been putting all the time. All the women wanna climb and the bitches on my mind. All these digits on my line. I'm hung up on only one indicator. Gotta dodge the innovators because it's really nothing greater. I'm inadvertently gonna intimidate. I hit it. If your girl want me to date, I'ma have to hit it later. See the claim is in the game because I claim that I like her, but stuck too deep in the game to go wife on. With scalping, I got that aim like a sniper. This ain't FA, but I'll train your advice. 100x leverage, got the speed of a viper. Glued to the charts, got a pee and a diaper. I only look away when I step into the booth, and it's time to put a real MC in a cipher. Join the Market Cipher. Join the Market Cipher. All right, we having a little fun, man. We're going to close the show with that right there. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. We're going to keep it lit. For real, though, ask me the questions. I want to address the specifics. You know what I'm saying? I could go on and on. I got a wealth of knowledge in my brain when it comes to this trading shit, man. You know, if you guys don't know, I've been on CNBC multiple times. Hell, they play my music videos on CNBC multiple times. And, you know, I've really been into this shit tough. You know, as soon as I discovered it 5 years ago, I was like, oh, this is it. Where have you been my whole life? Finance is how you get rich, bro. And I'm going to say this, too. The reason why it works is because it's fake. You see, the markets don't operate in reality. They're basically a math trick, okay? One share goes up by a penny, all the shares go up by a penny, right? In real life, like, you selling your products, you don't just get to all of a sudden just because you sold one for $100 more, and then all the rest gets sold automatically for $100 more. It don't work that way. So mathematically, the only way you can make like more money than you deserve basically is by playing in the markets. It's just how it works. So, you know, you can either be on the sidelines and miss out on this shit. We can't change the game. We didn't make the game, or we can participate. But I don't want my people to jump in and get wrecked. So that's why my strategies always have a built-in stop loss, a built-in mechanism that says cut your losses and get the hell out. Because you rather live the trade of the, I'll put it this way. Would you rather miss out on a trade? You're like, damn, I got out and then it went to the moon. That shit sucks. You'd be like, fuck, I was in that one, damn. But trust me, you rather have a second chance at that than, oh my God, I got in a trade and I didn't get out because I thought it was going to pump and all of a sudden I have no fucking money left. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. So it's better to cut your losses. And if you say, damn, it took off after that, you be mad, but you'll be mad for like the rest of that day or 10 minutes or something. If you lose all your money, you're going to be mad basically forever. And so that's why I'm trying to tell you, like, always have the built-in stop loss. It's okay if you lose a trade by a little bit, 1%, that 1 or 2%. That's okay. You got to get back. You're going to make it up on the next trade when you're looking at this 3-1 or this 4-1 down here. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm not even on it. When you're looking at this 3-1 or this 4-1. Where are we? This down here. You know what I'm saying? This is, what are they telling us this is? If it's locked, it can't show me? Or is it just too big? It's in the middle. Oh, this is just too damn big. Hold on. Oh, because I did it on the 1 day. Yeah. So this is a 3.85 to 1. That's like saying I could lose 3.85 times and then I win the next one and it would be a break even. You get what I'm saying? You could lose 3 times doing the same percentage ratio, and then when you won, it would be still a net positive. So it's okay if you lose 1 or 2 or 3%. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back. Anyways, that's it for y'all today. Appreciate everybody who joined. You know, you can tweet it out, let people know to check it out, and we're going to leave it there.